become desensitized to violence and nonsense.
Rosa Parks sat on the bus. I need you to own one.
Your body follows your mind, which shows us that it's more important what you feed your mind than even what you feed your body.
Kids don't want material stuff. What they want is time from us. What they want is understanding from us. What they want is patience with us. They want love from us. Those are things you cannot buy anywhere.
This is the 6th annual conference for youth violence here in the city of Gary. We have approximately 250 kids here today.
Youth violence prevention is important to me because it'll help our community come together and it'll help our environment safer for the kids.
This conference can help you get on the right track and stay away from the bad stuff like drugs and stuff.
We don't need all the violence. We don't need gangs. We don't need drugs.
As I grew older, more and more violence started coming to my communities, and you know, you were afraid to go outside and ride your bike and play with your friends. You was afraid of what might happen to you.
The whole point of this is to get the message out and to make sure that people appreciate that their lives had values that they may not see or think about on a daily basis.
You are not the next generation, you are now. And you can't stop youth violence as long as you hate yourself. Well, I don't hate myself. Well, are you destroying yourself? Are you in a circle of people? Who's the company that you're keeping? Who are you spending time with? Because those people will destroy you or uplift you.
Gary is the microcosm of many urban cities throughout the country. A lot of people have written our children off when all they need is to see that some of that old school stuff, that people care.
I believe in every last one of you. And I don't know about you, but I'm sick and tired of being sick and tired. I'm tired of us dying unnecessarily. I'm tired of us dying too early, and I'm tired of us coming to school too late.
When you're talking about crime rates, low achievement rates, dropout rates, graduation rates, as I say, you don't have to tell children to pull their pants up. If you change the way they think, they'll pull their own pants up. Conferences as such give them an opportunity to think differently.
The value of life is not what it used to be. So I think we have to let kids know that there's hope, that there's a future, that there's something to look forward to in life.
Here in Gary, we've already had 13 murders this year. 45% of those are gang-related. 70% of our shootings this year are gang-related. So what stands out? The word gang. A little 4-letter word that causes so much hate and discontent.
What we found out, the reason that most kids join gangs is 1, socialization that you've talked about, and 2, protection.
I feel it's unnecessary for all these young people to be getting killed, and the violence is no reason for it. We could do better things with our life and our time.
I think youth violence prevention is important because we have a lot of teens that go on the wrong path, and if they have this, then they might not go down the wrong path.
One of the undergirders of any growing community is education and understanding where you are socially and where we need to go. And one of the problems we're having in the urban community, even as we're going to the summer, is violence.
Violence in the community impacts me because I don't feel safe around the environment and I'm always scared to go to sleep.
It's lots of people that talk about gangs, drugs, and shooting and stuff, thinking it's cool to have guns.
We have to be able to stymie that violence, because if I can't get up in the morning and think about anything else but surviving, how can I begin to think about being a productive citizen?
Because there are so many dangers out there, there's some things we want our young people to be aware of and avoid, okay? And we tell them those things.
The objective is actually to engage kids, to get kids to think about violence, and to give us some real feedback, and for them to actually strategize in terms of what they can do and what we can do to make some significant changes in this city.
I want you all to be careful. I want you all to be mindful of what you say and what you do to people. I want you to understand that what goes on with this bullying aspect lasts people the rest of their life.
Someone is really displaying self-hatred when they have an issue with someone else that drives them to the point that they dislike the person so much, they have so much haterade in them on this person that it causes them to be angry or vindictive.
Inside each and every one of them is an unlimited value of potential that they can rise to levels they may not even begin to believe or know yet.
The problem is that you don't understand the war that you're fighting. Because you can't even tell the difference between your enemy and your supporters. How can you win the war if you don't even know who your enemy is? that Gucci is your supporter. You messed up. You're messed up if you think Walker is for you. You messed up. If you think Nikki is for you, you messed up. I'm not talking about Giovanna. Right? You messed up. If they are the ones that you are searching for guidance from, then you're already fighting the wrong war.
We need to embrace our community. We need our generation to begin to turn away from the rap and the influences of rap and begin to take on different role models and to look at themselves in another light.
Nicki Minaj said, I'm only playing a role. I'm thinking to myself, but dang, you got young girls from all across this country. This girl, she's chocolate, she's wearing a purple wig. So you're playing a part. You are speaking an illusion, but she's living a reality. Because the reality of what Gucci is talking about in bricks is only death in jail. The reality of what Walker and Chief Keef is talking about is only death in jail. But the question you have to ask yourself, if Gucci talking about bricks and not going to jail for bricks, then somebody's lying. And the question is, why are they lying? And who are paying them to lie?
We need ongoing support if we're going to make a real difference in kids' lives. There's a tremendous amount of faith I have in what the kids are doing, what they're attempting to do. The adults, they need to make their presence known. Children need to see the adults here, they need to see them engaged, and adults need to become much more proactive in terms of making change in this community as well as other communities in Northwest Indiana.